Hello, it's Rashida, and I have a project life process video for you today. I'm starting out using my photos that are printed at 4 by 6, and I printed them from my home printer, which is a Canon MG5520. And the page protectors that I'm using are a Hallmark brand page protector, so Hallmark as in the card store. And so apparently they have page protectors that might be specific to their own photo albums, maybe. But I found these page protectors online from American Science and Surplus. So they are, I forget what the size is, but I will leave the dimensions down below in case anyone is interested. So what I've done here is I've taken a Kelly Perky card, Project Life card, and it had this phrase on it that was related to flowers. I think it was a quote. And so I just cut it apart and just added the words or the phrase to the photo, which is a picture of azaleas that are in the yard. So here I'm just using some embellishments from crepe paper. I think is from Poolside, and I really like those stickers. They're not enamel dots. I mean, they're a little bit more dimensional than that, but I think they're just neat enough to just add just a touch of embellishing to a photo. So of course I have a food photo, and it's just me and my mom at breakfast. We were at IHOP, which I think is now called IHOB. Okay, so I'm going to use a Citrus Twist stamp set here, and it's a foodie stamp, and I will link Citrus Twists below, and if I can find the stamp I'll link that below as well. So what I'm doing is I'm going to stamp out Bring On the Breakfast, because the stamp set you can stamp like whatever phrase you want in relation to what the other phrases are. So you can say bring on the food, bring on the dinner, bring on the lunch, bring on the breakfast. So I stamped out bring on the breakfast. So now I'm going through some Vicki Boutin die cuts, and die cuts, I love die cuts and I really like the colors, and particularly these Vicki Boutin die cuts. Now these are the die cut, like general die cuts, and these are the die cut frames. And so I really like the designs of Vicki Boutin's scrapbook and supplies. I like the colors, and I like the cardstock that's used in these die cuts. They're relatively thick, they're not thin like some die cuts are. And so I'm just going through, and I'm trying to find a wood veneer, and I went through my Allie Edwards story kits looking for a wood veneer, because I know she does a lot of wood veneers in her story kits. And so I went looking for one that said Saturday, and because these wood veneers are relatively thin, which is fine because I'm adding it to this die cut which is thick, so to counterbalance the thickness of the die cut, I'm just adding that thinner wood veneer. And I had to use my Martha Stewart craft glue to sort of grab it and hold it so it would stay adhered. So moving on, I am just going through using some labels. These are labels from Gossamer Blue that I've had for a while. When they had them, I mean, you could really, it was really hard to find label stickers that weren't slick. And then when I found these from Gossamer Blue, I was like, oh yay, jackpot. And of course you can print your own labels if you want to, but I just, it's just easy to have the labels already available. So a lot of this is really me actually going through the die cuts. I tried to cut out most of it, but I kind of wanted you to see the different colors and the variety in Vicki Boutin's die cuts. And those were from, I think, her last collection that she's come out with. So I did some stamping, and that was from a Ellie Studio stamp set. And I stamped important because the one thing that I like about Project Life is that I can look back and see and recognize different things. So this photo of my mom and I at Costco, I have the same photo from back in the winter time. We were in the same section of Costco, the paper goods section, apparently, paper towels and toilet paper of all places. But my point is that when I took the photo back in the winter time, she had on a jacket, and now it's springtime, which is what I'm documenting here for these photos, and there she is again, sans the jacket. So those sorts of things is interesting to see in project life as your pages as your pages evolve, or at least my pages evolve over a period of time and throughout the different seasons. So I am just documenting just ordinary things here. I had to get a new mattress, and this other photo, I had been looking for these shoes for years, at least, I don't know, it seemed like forever. It seems like it's been at least 5 years and I could not find these shoes, and I had them in the household closet where you store all your household stuff, and they weren't in my actual clothes closet. And so one day I was looking for something in the household closet, and there they were. So I had to document that I finally found these shoes after looking for them forever. I thought I had actually thrown them away, so I had to document that. And some of these Vicky Bouton die cuts are a little large for what I want to do. So I'm just going through and trying to find a label or something that's smaller so I can journal and still add that little click wood veneer, which is also from Allie Edwards' story kits, one of her story kits. So this is a 6x6 paper pad from Paige Evans, and it's called Turn the Page. Now, when I purchased this 6x6 paper pad, I did not connect Turn the Page with Paige Evans, and so as I was flipping through the paper pad and noticed the title again, I thought, oh duh, Turn the Page, Paige Evans. I didn't put two and two together. But anyway, so I'm just adding the die cut, just trying to figure out placement. I just decided to put it on the side because I didn't want to place it at the top, because I didn't want it to compete with the other label on the other side at the top. So it's sometimes I think about things like that, and then other times I just don't care. I just put things down the way that I see them, visually. So, and I'm also adding this die cut to the outside of the page protector. I do like to do that sometimes, and I just thought this plant, this fern or whatever it is, I thought it looked nice against the bedroom background. So I just added that. And one thing with using different brands of page protectors, you do have to coordinate the size of your photos and cardstock or Project Life cards with the size of the pockets, because they may not actually be 4x6, like exact 4x6, so there may be some trimming involved, which I had to do here. So I'm just going through and just trying to find more cardstock, and here I'm just documenting my birthday, and I'm using one of those Vicky Bouton die cut frames, and I'm just going to trim up the photo here. So yeah, so I was glad to find this adhesive at Tuesday Morning, and it's by American Crafts, and it is the sticky thumb adhesive, because I've been trying to find a replacement for my Tombow stamp runner, and since they don't make those anymore, I've just been trying out different adhesives, and so the sticky thumb is like my go-to adhesive now. So just adding more labels, and I've been trying to use that This Is the Good Stuff label, and I'm determined to get that on this page. And just adding that cute butterfly to the photo of my nails. And just documenting Chipotle here. So this is where I'm using the "This is the good stuff" label after I figure out that that's exactly what I want to use. So yeah, all the other labels were just a little bit too big for what I wanted to use today. And using that Citrus Twist stamp set again. So I really do like to keep my eye out on Citrus Twist because their stamps are perfect for pocket pages, when you're documenting like Project Life pocket pages, etc. So I keep an eye out on them each month to see what their new releases are. And I've been trying to use these balloons forever, so I finally used those. Those are from crepe paper, like from years ago. So what I'm doing now is going through and taking out some paper to accommodate the top portion on the right side of the page protector. So if you can see, that's what I'm showing you there. That little pocket is about 1 inch by 4.5 inches. So I'm going through and just cutting down some cardstock just to fit in those areas. So I got out my alphas, my letter stickers, and these are from Studio Calico, and I'm just going to place down Spring 2018. I think these are all from Studio Calico kits, previous kits. So I think I'm almost done, and what I need to do now is just go back and add journaling. I think I'm going to add, adding these gold letters that spell out Costco. Excuse me. And I'm using my Smash pen, which I always have these on hand whenever I see them in the store. Like I think the last couple that I purchased were from Tuesday Morning. And so when I see them, I just pick them up because I just keep them on hand all the time. So I had to document my chrome nails that I had at that time, and really it's just the general gel nails that I get. So yeah, just want to document that, and then I'm spelling out my birthday to document that. And I'm gonna add this wood veneer to the Chipotle photo, and I have the word "this" on that photo like 3 times, but hey, I'm using up my stuff, so that's what I like to do. So thanks for watching, and thanks for spending time with me today. Bye bye.